Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. I am bringing you 4 extremely inexpensive, budget-friendly dinner options for you and your family. Now you might have to increase the serving sizes a little bit if you have more people in your family than we do, but I will let you know that each of these meals has 4 servings. Since just my husband and I and our daughter, we typically always have leftovers, so I'm only making 4 dinners this week because I had enough leftovers to last us that last night. So it just works for me and my family. We do 4 dinners a night. That means, or excuse me, 4 dinners a week, not a night. That would be so much cooking. 4 dinners a week. That means I just have to cook 4 times, and that works for us. We go out to eat once, we have leftovers once, and we always do breakfast for dinner. So that's how we do things. Do me a huge favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in a comment below if you want to see more dinners videos, because I found this to be actually really fun to film, and it helped us out too because we were eating new things this week and found out my daughter really loves one of these recipes so much that I've actually made it again. I went to the store, got extra ingredients, made it for her, and she's been having it for lunch every single day. Let's jump into these recipes. I'll see you again in a little bit. You'll hear me, but you won't see me again till later. Hey, let's jump into this first recipe. It is pizza. A couple of things. I'm going to tell you right now, I have a better homemade crust recipe for pizza. If you want to know what it is, let me know. I'm also adding seasonings, oil, and butter to today's recipe video, but they're not included in the cost. And if you don't like that, well, it's okay. You don't have to add any of these things. And I had to use vegetable spray because when I had done a grocery order, everything else that I would normally use was out. Now, what I decided to do for each of these dinners was really focus on a carb, a protein, and a veggie. And you might look at this pizza and be like, girl, that pizza sauce don't count as a veggie. Yeah, it does. It does. However, we did have salad on the side of this. You just didn't see it. I didn't include it in the full cost because I do always have a direct vegetable. Even if it's red sauce, okay? It still counts. It's a full serving of veggies per serving. We might not be using a full serving, but it doesn't mean you can't eat veggies the rest of the day, okay? I think a lot of times we try to over construct things instead of just make them simple. So I do add a little bit of oil. You can add olive oil if you want to. I just did veggie oil because that's what I had on hand. A little bit of garlic, salt, pepper, like little mix. Super good. Now, this cheese, we've never bought before. To my knowledge, I've never purchased this cheese. I don't know if I've ever purchased Walmart shredded cheese. We get the cheese sticks all the time. Was not a fan. My daughter didn't mind. She loves cheese pizza. My husband and I were like, ooh, we need to stick to our original, which is the why can I not think of that name? Tillamook. Anyways, that's our favorite. I would probably just say, if you got an extra $2, buy the better cheese. It melts good. It tastes good. Sometimes you just got to splurge on the good things. Anyways, these sausages I did get on sale, so they appear a few times this week. Here is the thing. You do not have to copy what I make to a T. Try to get that budget exactly what I did. This is just for inspiration, because guess what? My sales one week might be different, and you might not be able to get those same sales because you know how some grocery stores have certain sales like 5 for $5. I'm thinking of Smith's here, or X amount of dollars for this, or this is on sale this week. So you may never be able to replicate my exact dollar amount. Plus, we live probably in different cities, and that just means our grocery prices are different. I don't know if mine are more expensive, they're cheaper. I don't really know. Also, we don't use pizza sauce. We like marinara, and I'm using the marinara for another recipe. We like our pizza saucy, and for whatever reason, pasta sauce to me tastes better than pizza sauce. It makes the pizza like less dry, especially when you reheat it and there's leftovers. This is a big pizza. Normally I would make 2 of these if I was using my homemade dough, which by the way, doesn't have yeast in it. So again, if you want the recipe, comment down below. Maybe I'll remember and I'll pin it to the comment so you guys can see it. But as you will notice, this cheese goes in like this and comes out like this. Now, could I have thrown it in the broiler? Absolutely. But I know one thing about my daughter. The pizza crust has to be a very specific cooked texture. Otherwise, she won't eat it. Some kids, hey, she's a really good eater. So it is what it is. Piled up that sausage. This is like 50 some grams of protein. Popped it in the oven, 475 for like 12 minutes. Again, Can't be super crunchy. Has to be a little bit doughy. Has to be super saucy. This girl will down some pizza. She also, I was actually surprised, ate salad this night. She doesn't normally eat the green, like the lettuce part of the salad, but I did like a chopped salad and she actually ate it. Lettuce is like a weird texture for kids. She will start to eat the salad and then she'll kind of eat the components in the salad and then be like, ooh, Mom, this lettuce is weird. The texture is weird. What's going on in my mouth? And she usually doesn't finish it. So here's her pizza. She ate the whole piece. So proud of her. Here's our pizza. For leftovers, there was 3 pieces of cheese left over and 1 piece of the meat. So still enough for us to enjoy later on for a lunch, another dinner. We kind of compile the leftovers and have them, like I said, for a leftover night. It works well for us. All right, this is a take on shepherd's pie. Yeah, I know shepherd's pie doesn't look anything like this, but I don't know what else to call it. It's turkey. It's a little bit of sauce. It's some cauliflower, which, by the way, do not knock this until you try it. My daughter is obsessed with this meal. I have made it 3 times since. She loves it. She can't get enough. I've made it with peas. I've made it with carrots. I've made it with peas and carrots. I've made it with like the frozen veggie mix. That's like green beans, corn, carrots, peas, lima beans, that mix. I think I'm going to try it with rice broccoli. She loves it. I love it. It's the best thing left over. And I'm going to tell you something you're probably not going to agree with, but I think it tastes good cold. So this is one that I actually made ahead. On this day, I made this meal ahead because then I knew we could pop it in the oven or just microwave it. It doesn't have to be baked in the oven because all the components are already made. So if you want to reheat it in the oven, you can. But honestly, that's a lot of energy. Like, now you took a dinner that would take 3 minutes in the microwave and you pop it in the oven for 40 minutes. Okay, do what you want. Anyways, I did 1.5 cups of sauce because that's about all I had left. Usually I would do 2 to 2.5 cups of sauce, make it really saucy. Add the frozen cauliflower right in once the turkey is about 75% cooked, so that way it can adjust. You can throw it in the microwave too, the cauliflower, not the turkey. Throw the cauliflower in the microwave and kind of soften it a little bit, thaw it a little bit so it kind of cooks faster. Put it in the pan. Make instant mashed potatoes. They're like 88 cents a bag. They're super cheap. And voila, you have dinner made ahead, or you have lunch, or you have dinner for the night, and it really only takes about 15 minutes to put together. Again, you can throw this in the oven on broil and really crisp up those mashed potatoes. But my thought was, I don't think my daughter's going to eat them if I put them on broil. That texture is going to be weird to her. So I'll just do it like this, and she devoured this. She's had this for lunch so many times that eventually I know she's going to get tired of it, but I just keep switching the vegetables around based on what we have, and she keeps eating it. And I got all that turkey on sale for so cheap, and I'm like, man, I'm so glad that she likes this. It's delicious. Again, don't knock it till you try it. Put a little cottage cheese with it. Chef's kiss, so good. Cauliflower is the real winner here, okay? Because it just blends in with everything. All right, dinner number 3. I actually had the same night that I made the like shepherd's pie kind of thing. We did onion, pepper, the gnocchi, which I had in my grocery haul, so good. And then we did the kielbasa. We had 2 servings of this left over because my daughter just ate like a little bit of the kielbasa. She loves green peppers. I don't think she'd ever had onions like this before, like kind of on their own. They're always kind of like into the dish. She was kind of like, not certain about them. I only used half the onion, by the way. I figured a whole onion was a little bit much, but could have added it to the shepherd's pie. Could add it to the next recipe. I'm pretty sure it's still sitting in my fridge waiting to be used because I forgot about it. Anyways, cutting up the veggies, cutting up the kielbasa, which, by the way, these things are so cheap. They're like $3 and you get a lot of protein here. You're getting like almost 60 grams of protein for $3. That's incredible. Add this with some eggs, some cheese. You got a great little breakfast option. You could just take this minus the gnocchi unless you want to add that to eggs. Add leftovers to some eggs, revamp it a little bit, added some cottage cheese with this. I mean, cottage cheese and cauliflower really are the superheroes of our kitchen, okay? So I did add a little bit of butter to this because I really wanted to add a lot of flavor. Again, I'm cooking for flavor. I'm cooking for my family. I'm cooking so my daughter will like really enjoy her foods. You're seeing another little pat of butter here because I'm putting the gnocchi in. It does help it kind of crisp up and give it a ton of flavor. This gnocchi is so good. It's like fully cooked and then you just throw it in a skillet. A lot of times I won't add any other components. I'll just add a little oil or a little butter and they can make it super crispy. Here's my daughter's plate. You can see there's a little bit of onion on there, not too much, a little bit of the sausage, some gnocchi. She loves gnocchi. Okay, today is the last day. We're on the last recipe. This is definitely the least exciting one, but I know my daughter's gonna love it, so that's what kind of inspired this whole video. I kind of looked at ingredients that she really liked. She's a meat girl, she's a pasta girl, and she's a veggie girl. Honestly, if she could pick 2 out of those 3, she would take meat and veggies and just chow them. Now, she loves macaroni and cheese. I mean, who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? But I thought I would just kind of come up with this quick combo. It's gonna take less than 10 minutes to put together. Perfect for a busy weeknight. If you're like me, a full-time working mom, you need easy dinners that your family's gonna love. So hopefully this video inspires you. Maybe you'll try something new this week, or maybe you'll realize that you don't have to make it as complicated as you have been. You can go back down to the simple basics. If you haven't noticed about this video, there's a carb, there's a veggie, there's a protein, and that's it. We're keeping it simple. We're keeping it super quick and budget friendly. Keeping it so super simple here. We have some mac and cheese that was 55 cents, cauliflower $1.18, and some sausage that was on sale. Now, I have said this before and I'll say it again, if you cannot find this sausage on sale, it's okay. Get whatever you can find. Maybe your prices are different than mine, but these are the ingredients we are using today, along with a little bit of salt and butter. I'm gonna go ahead and add my grocery prices here at the end because I know everybody's always really curious and some people like to compare, and that's cool. But remember, I don't control what country I live in. I get comments all the time saying, well, your groceries are so cheap or whatever. I live where I live, okay? I don't control grocery prices, and I have no say in that. So I'm just sharing for those that are curious, and so you can see how I built my meals around just like a small budget. And for me personally, I think 4 dinners plus leftovers, again, if you are a larger family or you eat more than us, it would be different. But 4 meals plus leftovers for $27, that's amazing in my opinion, because if we go out to eat, just the 3 of us alone, it's $100 plus tip. So just for like a sit down restaurant, obviously if we were to do fast food, it would probably be like 40, 45. So I think that's a great budget overall for high protein meals. Super simple. Again, I focus on carb, veggie, protein, and I focus on high protein. So there's the mac and cheese, super inexpensive. Of course, I'm adding some butter, I'm adding some oil, I'm adding some seasoning. But I believe those are all things that most people have on hand that we already work into our budget. These are things that I have on hand because I buy them every week to go with other meals. Okay. So yeah, if I add an extra $5 to this budget, I could probably cover all the seasonings and the sauces and the butter and everything I used. So this meal was super delicious. My daughter, she loves cauliflower, so she downed that. The sausage was a little iffy, it's a little spicy, but she ate it overall and she killed that mac and cheese. Thank you so much for joining me on today's dinner recipe videos. It took me a little while to put this together, to edit, to create, but I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it helped us out as a family, and I think I'm gonna do another one. If you are all interested, I will. So let me know down below. Do you wanna see another one? Is this something you wanna see weekly? We have, personally, I think it does help us, well, me with creativity, but also it gives me something new to share versus just like what I eat in a days and grocery hauls. And if I can help you and help us, it's like double folded. It just makes me feel really happy and fulfilled if what I'm doing helps us, but also helps you with new ideas. So let me know down below. Do you want more of these videos? I'd be happy to create them. Maybe not weekly, depending on my personal schedule, but I could probably get something together bi-weekly. Now that doesn't mean I'm not cooking dinners weekly. Typically then I would bulk meal prep and we would have things ready to go on my super busy weeks. But let me know down below. Do you want to see more of these? I'd love to hear from you. If you have a great dinner that you love at home and you would like us to try and you're like, oh, she's gonna love this, her daughter's gonna love this, let me know down below. I asked this in one of my last videos and you guys gave me some great ideas that I wrote down. Somebody said like enchilada casserole where you like layer everything versus rolling it up. We have that on our list to eat this next week, and I'm actually really excited about it because I think my daughter's going to love it. So I'll see you soon in a new one. Bye.